it is plant purge time. If you watched my last video, which if you didn't, I don't blame you because it was really long, as is this video probably going to be, I'm moving again. I mean, maybe that's not surprising. I've been in this space for 2.5 years, and if you followed my journey when I first moved in, I did not have a good time in this space. I've grown to love it aesthetically, but this apartment came with a lot of issues and I stuck it out for as long as I could. But now I am ready to move on, and my boyfriend and I actually found an apartment together. So we are very much looking forward to moving on to that era of our lives. And with that looming, I'm going to be moving out of here probably about a month from today-ish, give or take a couple of days. I need to get rid of some plants. The apartment that we're moving to is technically bigger, but it feels like a little bit smaller because I'm living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath right now with 1 walk-in closet, and then the apartment has 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 2 walk-in closets. So it makes sense that it feels a little bit smaller, but we're gonna have just as much space. But I also wanna just kind of keep like all the plants kind of in my office area, kind of like how I have right now, and not like impose on the rest of the space with a bunch of houseplants, just kind of do a little bit more like intentional styling with the plants. So I really do need to downsize. I have a kitchen full of houseplants that are definitely not going to fit. So there's going to be different ways that I'm going to be purging these plants. I have this bucket here today because there are of course going to be some plants that are thrown out, which is probably going to be the majority of them, not all of them. Some plants I'm going to give away. There's a couple of things I'm gonna be thinking about when I'm plant purging today in particular before I decide what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna think, is it sentimental to me? If it is, maybe I'll think again, maybe I'll wanna gift it to somebody else. Is it easily replaceable for a not expensive price if I want to get it again at some point? That is another really important thing to keep in mind. Also, is it dead? Because if it is, it's going in the trash. Or is there just no saving it? Do I not feel like salvaging this houseplant in any way, shape, or form? Then it's going in the bucket, which is gonna go in the trash bag, which is going to end up in the landfill, and we're just going to be doing the landfill a favor. We're adding earth back to it. What could go wrong? I'm kidding. I know some of you are not going to be happy about the fact that I'm throwing out these plants, but like literally we're putting the earth back to the earth regardless. So it's fine. You can relax. It's okay. I promise you. You can disagree with me. That's okay as well. But I'm throwing out these plants today. Some of them are going to be going to friends. So without further ado, let's get started. I want to throw out or get rid of, not necessarily throw out, I want to purge at least 20 plants today. I'm gonna keep a counter on screen on, I guess around here, the bottom left-hand side. I'm more focused on the amount of plants I'm throwing out rather than the plants' names. I usually put the plants' names down here, but we don't really care about the plants' names today because we're getting rid of them, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, what are some plants that I wanna get rid of? What is the first one that I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't need that anymore? There's one right here. Oh, you know what? It's got like 1 leaf on it, but I'm not, we are not feeling sentimental today. And part of me is like, I could take a cutting of any of these if I want to, and maybe I will at some point. I think that'll probably make you guys feel a little bit better, but I really feel nothing for this plant. Oh, I feel so bad. It is kind of a cool plant. It's a Cissus quadrangularis. I do love my Cissus, and it's kind of novel for having these interesting leaf stalks or stems, I guess, that are very quadrangular, I guess would make sense. I don't want this anymore. It's taking up space. It doesn't look good. I think that's the biggest thing with it. It doesn't look good, and if I save oh, that's dusty. If I save a cutting of it, it's not going to look good in like a short amount of time or even a long amount of time because I've had this thing for years. So I'm ready to move on. So that is our first plant that we are purging. And really one of the best parts about plant purging is you get to keep the pot. If you don't like the plant, you don't have to throw out the pot, although I'm not really obsessed. I mean, I don't hate this pot. It just, you know what? I do kind of like it, so I'm gonna keep it. But if you're giving plants away, you can give them away with the planter, or you can just take them out of the planter and let the person you're giving to handle that because you're giving them a free plant in the first place. So you don't owe them anything. You don't even owe them a nursery planter. You know, you can just put it in like a plastic bag or like a garbage bag and just close it around the top of the plant and just let them take it from there. They're fine, they're adults, they can handle themselves, I promise you. Although moving pottery is honestly just as annoying as, it's almost as annoying as moving plants, but I'm sure I can get rid of some. I have so much terracotta, so I can definitely get rid of some terracotta. I loved having like the spaces above the cabinets and like the wall, since the wall doesn't go all the way up here and there's kind of like a shelf on top of it, I guess, to like a sill, not a shelf or a sill, but it's fine. A landing where I could put plants, and because it's so hard to get up there, I just like don't. So I have ended up with a couple of dead plants because of that. So this is a Cebu blue pothos that unfortunately has moved on to another life, which is okay because I have another one which will be coming with me to the space. I do actually kind of like this planter. Oh, she is in there, girl. I do really like this planter, actually. I made it, and I like this color scheme. It's like my stepping stone into blue. It's a little green. They called it Philly green at the pottery studio that I used to go to, which is a great name for it. I don't know why it's called Philly green. It's more like a Statue of Liberty green to me, but I do like this. So I'm gonna keep this planter. And then this is a peperomia. It was, I don't think it is anymore, a peperomia japonica. I really like this plant, and it's dead. All three of these, you know what? The first one was easily replaceable if I wanted it again for a very low price. And this one and the last one are dead. So they are going in the bucket. They've kicked the bucket, so they're going in the bucket. I'll try not to say that anymore because, yeah. There's another one on top of the cabinets. This is a Syndapsis Silver Lady. It's just like a regular Syndapsis. They just all have like slightly different variegation. And I've tried, you know what, maybe I didn't really try because I kind of just didn't really get up there very often, but it's her time to go. Also, if you are curious about the space that I'm moving to, if I didn't like post it on Instagram or anything by now, because I'm technically probably already living there by the time this video is up, which is weird to think about, but that is what it is. But I do have a snippet of it in the beginning of the video that I posted last. So no pressure, but you could go watch that video after you watch this one and see that. It's kind of exciting. The space is really cool. It reminds me a lot of my old apartment. A little bit different, obviously. The walls are gray. We got to paint them white. And maybe another color at some other point later in time, but we got to paint them white because those gray walls, man, they are just, they're gray. It's gonna be a lot of work to paint them white, but I will feel so much better the entirety of the time we live there. Yeah, okay, so now we got 4 plants that were thrown out, 3 that were dead, 1 that we just weren't feeling. What else is there? I know there's at least 20 in this apartment that I can get rid of and feel good about. I don't know if you guys are gonna feel good about it. Also, like I said, this was filmed long ago by the time I'm posting it, so I would love to share these with you, but it's just too late. You don't want this. You don't want any of this. Trust me. Ooh, okay. So I am not in front of the camera. Let me wait until I'm there. This is a Monstera Peru. It's 1 leaf. It's looked like this for a while. It's practically dead, but it's also very replaceable. And it doesn't make me happy. That's another important thing we didn't mention in the criteria. Does it make me happy? Because if the answer is no, and any of those things, if it's sentimental but doesn't make me happy, then what am I doing? In fact, there's one that's coming to my mind right now that is sentimental but doesn't make me happy. So I'm gonna get rid of it. This is already just so good for my soul. This is an aloe vera. You know that already. This is my first houseplant ever. This is technically a baby of the mother of my first houseplant ever in college. One of my neighbors, who actually ended up being one of my future roommates after college, she came to my apartment for the first time and she was like, "Why don't you have any plants?" She actually is, I guess, the one who got me into houseplants. And she gave me a baby from her aloe plant, which then grew into a big aloe plant that had many babies. But aloes are aloes, and once they get too big, they get really unruly and they kind of just like fall out of the planter. So I got rid of it. And now this one just doesn't look great. And if I told someone this was my first houseplant, do you think they would believe me? Because no, and it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It really just doesn't matter. I'm gonna feel so much better. I've tried. It's sentimental, but it doesn't make me happy anymore. If it looked good, it would make me happy. And how replaceable is an aloe vera? You can walk in any grocery store, any flower shop, and you can buy an aloe vera. So I do kind of like this planter. I'm not really into these like weathered terracotta planters that much anymore, but I like this shape a lot. I like the shape a lot. So this one is staying. I honestly kind of like all of these, except for this one. This is on my no side. This one I'm indifferent about. It's just like, it doesn't have a base. What's the point if it doesn't have a matching base? Could I find one? Probably. Perhaps. But what was that? That was our 6th plant. Ooh. This is one of my ultimate plant failures. I feel like it's a Hoya stenophylla. I loved it so much, but it didn't love me back. Let's just put it that way. Let's keep it nice. It's a mealybug carrier. It's like patient 0 with the mealybugs. They just love the thin leaves. It was a really, really cool Hoya. I was super grateful to have the opportunity to try growing it, but it just didn't work out. This is, no, I was gonna say this is technically 2 plants because there's a little Hoya carnosa in here. I am quickly stopping myself from considering that 2 plants. This is 1 plant. If it's in 1 pot, it's 1 plant. That's a fact. It's not a fact, but it's a fact today. I do kind of like, oh my God, I need to get rid of some planters. I'm just gonna put planters like in the lobby of my building. Every time I've put things down there for people to take, they always take them. So I'm gonna do that with these at least. Maybe, it's replaceable. Let's think about the pots too. It's easily replaceable, but I like it. It's just a mass-produced red planter, but I like the red. And it's like little, and it could like maybe fit like in the and there's no windowsills at the new place. This is harder than I thought. Okay, we're not even 10 in. Okay, let me check the bedroom. Oh, I'm not even making it to the bedroom because there is this. So this is a Hoya carnosa, just a plain Hoya carnosa. Okay, I'm gonna get the pruners. Wherever the hell I put them. What'd I do with the pruners? Are they in the kitchen? They're totally in the kitchen. They're not in the kitchen. What'd I do with the pruners? Okay, so this is not for me. I'm not pruning this for me. And this is not for anybody I know because I'm not going to wish this mealybug plant on anybody that I know. But there is like 1 vine in here that looks nice. I guess technically 2. I could leave it up for the user's discretion. Maybe I can just like pull this one out. I'm gonna put this in my lobby because it's like kind of cute. I don't want it. And it's in like a planter that I made that I don't really like, if I'm being honest. So it's like somebody can just take this plant and revive it and have a one-of-a-kind planter that someone they have no idea who they are made, and they can deal with the mealybug. But you know what? I don't want to throw it out. I don't want to throw it out. This is my, you can't, I don't know if you can even see. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But this, I'm not throwing it out. I'm gonna give it away. But I'm not gonna, I can't give the mealybugs away to somebody I know. And I think it's more fun to just like let somebody will take it. Nobody leaves the plants in the pots that I put in the lobby. Actually, wait, this will be so fun. I had a birthday party a couple months ago when I turned 30, and my friends were very nice and brought me some gifts, and like these were like plant flags that one of my friends brought, and they're not really like my vibe, but I think they're like hilarious in like a very tacky way. I mean that in a good way. I sound like I don't like them. I think they're like stupidly good, you know? So I feel like if I leave any plants in the lobby in like a free box, I'm gonna put these plant flags on them, and I'm gonna save one and give it to my friend Maddie, because I'm definitely going to pawn off some plants onto her, which we'll find out which ones those are gonna be, because I definitely wanna give her some plants because she just moved into a new house. And she's also the one who gets my mail delivered because I can't get my mail here. It doesn't show up. So I have to send it to my friend's house all the way across the city, which I'm very much looking forward to not having to deal with anymore. So yeah, that'll be kind of fun. What do I want to give to Maddie? She loves yellow, so I'm going to give her this Jade Pothos in this yellow planter, which is just like a mass-produced planter like this red one right here, a little bit bigger in this yellow, but I've never seen this yellow. I used to be the plant buyer when I worked at the store, but I did help out with the pottery buying because I really enjoyed it, and I never saw this colorway on this specific planter, so I saw this at like a thrift store or something and brought it home. And I love the color, but I know that she's going to love it even more than me. And then somebody I know will have it, so that'll make me feel better that I'm not just giving away a planter that I like to some stranger. But I know she's gonna love this, and she's gonna love the green, just Jade Pothos inside of it. Shouldn't put it that close to the mealybug, but it's fine. I'll put it over here. This is the Maddie pile. You can't see it. It's not important. You don't need to know what the piles are. What else do I want to give to Maddie? Okay, so Maddie and I are best friends from middle school. We didn't even go to middle school together. We went to different middle schools. We went to high school together, but we met in middle school, and we've been inseparable ever since. And one of our best friends that I went to middle school with, that we also went to high school with, her mom gave me this snake plant about 10 years ago. This is a Sansevieria trifasciata. I think it's golden flame. This was like a little bit hard to get when I first got it. Now I think it's probably pretty easy to get for. And it does have sentimental value because our friend Sam's mom gave it to me, and she's very into plants. And I feel like me and Sam's mom really connected in adulthood because of our love for plants. So I don't really want to just give this plant to anybody, but it doesn't really have a space in my home where I'm moving right now. And because of that, I know that Maddie will love it very much because Sam's mom is one of the treasures of this earth, so she will accept anything from Sam's mom through me, vicariously. The transitive property, you know what I mean. Speaking of snake plants, oh, this is a good one. Okay, well, it's gonna take up room. Okay, wait. I'm gonna move this to the floor. I really probably shouldn't be putting this on the table. Oh, God. This just flopped over right now. That's a sign. So, oh God, you can't even see me. So I'm inspired by my friend Paul. He texted me a week or two ago about his snake plant trifasciata, Sansevieria trifasciata laurentii, that he had in his home that he also had in a low light setting that was kind of doing the same exact thing that mine's doing. He texted me about it and he was like, what's going on with my plant? Like, it was fine before. And I told him that it's fine. It's what's going to happen. It's going to look the same for a while. It's just going to slowly die. And then he texted me back like, I threw it out. And sometimes I kind of like hate when my friends ask for plant advice and they don't take it and they just do what they wanted to do beforehand. But I'm honestly like, work. I'm taking plant advice from my own friend now. And I don't need this snake plant in my space. In fact, I have other floor plants that I would like to put in this planter, and this is so replaceable. I spent like $25 on this 3 years ago. I will take $10, less than $10 a year for the snake plant. I got that money's worth out of it. So this is not going to fit in the bucket. So I'm gonna put this. I don't know. I'm actually probably going to take the healthy pieces out of this and then put them in something and then put it in the lobby so that somebody can save this, so I'm not just throwing out a bunch of snake plant, because there are some healthy pieces in here, not many. There's like 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4. I guess there's like these babies too. So there is a salvageable plant here. I just don't want it. And I'm sorry if you do, because it's been taken by now. You know that. Yeah. So I'm gonna empty out this pot, and I'm going to, off camera, and I'm going to salvage what I can and put it in something else, maybe even just like a plastic bag or a garbage bag, and then just put it in the lobby with the leaves sticking out with a free sticker on it or something. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe I'll even find a different planter and I can just put it in like a terracotta. I need to get rid of pots, so I can just put it in a terracotta pot and put it in the lobby. That's what I'll do. Speaking of large plants, maybe I shouldn't put this back up here yet. God, I want to get rid of these so bad, but like at the same time I don't. But in my soul, in my heart of hearts, in my gut, I know I need to get rid of them. I don't even know if I should be lifting this. Oh my God. I can't even face this towards, oh God, I feel like this is like too heavy to be on the table. It's a Monstera deliciosa. I've had it for years. It hasn't grown a single leaf in 2 years. I don't want it anymore. I want this planter, believe it or not, because it's blue, and I know I'm known for not liking blue, but I'm starting to come around. But as a like dusty, earthy blue, I kind of do like it, or like pale blue, I guess that's more the word I'm looking for. I do kind of like it, and I don't like the Monstera in it, so I'd rather put like my Schefflera Nova or my Norfolk Pine in it or something. I don't know. I'll figure out what I want to do with it. But this is going to get chopped up and put, maybe I'll take a cutting of it. I might take cuttings and put them in the lobby. I just don't want to overload. I don't want like people to get mad at me for putting too much stuff in the lobby. Now, as for what I want to do with this Monstera, I don't really know. So, I mean, it looks okay. It probably looks a lot better on camera. It's got thrips, pretty bad. Not pretty bad, like it's got some thrips. So I'm hesitant to like just put it in the lobby for free and let somebody accidentally infest their plants with it. I feel like I should put like a sign on it that says that. Oh God, sorry, I'm out of breath from pulling this down from the top of the fridge. But I love Monstera deliciosa. Obviously I'm getting rid of my other one, so I'm like, I should keep one, but I just want to kind of leave behind this unruly plant that has pests. And if I really want to get a new one, I can. Plus I have 2 albos that I'm going to pot together at some point, and then my like yellow variegated, not the yellow, the green variegated, it's not the Aurea, I don't know what it's called. I don't even know if it has a name, but the one on top of the shelf that you might be able to see behind me. So I'm bringing Monstera deliciosas with me, so I don't need these ones. But it's obviously kind of hard to throw out a plant that like kind of looks okay, but it has thrips, it's easily replaceable, and I don't love it anymore because I've struggled with thrips, and also it's been living on top of my cabinets. I don't have a space for this. I don't have space on top of cabinets in the next apartment. So I think it's time to part ways with it. Maybe I could see if my neighbor wants it. I feel like he would definitely take some of my plants, but I don't want to give him a plant with thrips. I really do just want to like throw this out. I got it from Ott's like a year ago, and it was like $35 or $30. It was $30, so did I get my $30 worth out of it? I don't know. I think that's to be decided, but I just don't know if I'm willing to keep a plant that is struggling. I've like tried treating it so much. I'm trying to see if I can see any visible thrips on it right now. I feel like I just put it in the shower the other day and it definitely did have some thrips on it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like someone else can take care of this a lot better than I can at this point. And like I said, so many floor plants. I don't need that many floor plants going to the new place. A couple of my floor plants I have on my counter, my kitchen counter, which is not gonna work in the new place. So yeah, I gotta get rid of a couple floor plants. So these 2 Monsteras and the snake plant, I think is a really great jumping off point. I could see myself getting rid of a couple more even down the line, but I think that's where I'm gonna stop with the floor plants at least. Maybe I'll offer my neighbor these. So, I mean, I feel bad offering anybody this, but it's a free plant. This is a ZZ plant. I was gonna throw this out, and then these like 2 new shoots came up, so I was like, I guess I'll keep it. I didn't have the heart to throw out a plant that was growing, but I just still don't want it. So I think I'm gonna put this in the lobby or offer it to my neighbor. And then I have this philodendron red emerald, which is just a cutting that I took. I literally just like accidentally knocked a cutting off this plant, so I just put it in soil and then let it root up, and now it's a rooted plant. And I feel like somebody would really like this. I feel like if I just put this in the lobby, this would be the first thing to be taken. Like somebody would be like, oh my God, I love this. That's exactly how they would say it. Sorry. I really like this philodendron a lot. I'm not like a huge philodendron fan anymore, but I love the way that this one looks on the trellis. It just looks kind of fun, man. It's a little unruly, so. I don't need this cutting though. I can part ways with this. Oh, with a little surprise, I have some ferns. This is my maidenhair fern. It completely died back and it's like starting to regrow. I'm like, I guess I could take like a chunk out of, you know what? Maybe I'll take a chunk out of it and put it in my greenhouse cabinet. It's a great compromise. Just like a little piece of it, not too much, not trying to go crazy with it. And then I have this bird's nest fern. I had it inside the greenhouse cabinet for a while and it was doing well, but it's gotten so brown and tired. It's underwatered right now, so it looks even worse than it did before. But the browning just doesn't sit well with me. I got it for $7 and it was like this big when I got it. So I got my $7 of joy out of it. I feel bad judging plants like that, but I think it's the perfect way to do it when you actually are plant purging. It's not the way you should treat your plants every day, but yeah, I kind of feel bad. Ferns have a will to live. That's why I was like thinking about keeping it, but like I just never gonna keep this looking good. It's a long ways away, and once again, it was like $7. So got my $7 of worth out of it. Okay, I mean, like, here's a little piece that I was able to salvage. Definitely put it inside the cabinet, and it'll grow. Oh, that makes me want to salvage more. Ooh, oh, this was the piece. This was the piece to save. Nobody can tell me differently. I don't even want the other one. I'm kidding, I'm gonna keep it. But this one, are you kidding me? Oh my God, are you kidding me? She is beauty, she is grace. I just want, oh God, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm sorry I'm not gonna film you planting these because it's just not worth it, but oh, now I wanna save more. I've been wanting like little just fern pieces like on the wall. I have a rabbit's foot fern that's growing in there that I'm like excited about, but it still needs to, ooh, that was removed earlier. I think that's all we're gonna be able to salvage, but yeah, I'm excited to have these two little pieces. I'm probably just gonna put them in the base. No, I'll put one on the wall. I'll put one on the wall. I can't say I want ferns on the wall and then get this little fern piece and then not put it on the wall, you know? Come on, at least 3 more. Air plants don't count. I was gonna go grab a dead air plant, but I'm like, air plants don't count. That doesn't count. They count as plants, but they don't count in today's video. Oh, here we go. I forgot about these. That is a fact. These are both Syngoniums. This is a Syngonium it was a Syngonium macrophyllum. Now, she is not. She's just dirt. Oh, I like this pot though. It's like the mass-produced pot, but it's in the green. From the yellow earlier, it's probably not even on camera. But you know. I'm gonna move it off camera too. And then this is Syngonium protophyllum albovariegatum marble. Does she have some life left in her? Yes, but she's just not maintainable. She's not doing it for me anymore. They're beautiful houseplants, but it's her time to be put out to pasture. Yeah, I feel bad about that one, but like it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I'm not gonna do anyone any favors. People will actively be upset with me if I put that in the lobby. Nobody wants that. Maddie would be pissed if I brought that to her home. She'd be like, how dare you bring such a thing to my home? That's how I would feel. I'm kidding. That might be the 19th one. Might be. If I'm counting correctly. We might have more than 20 in us. Let's keep that in mind. We might have more than 20 in our arsenal to remove. I don't know if this is a lobby plant. It's not a Maddie plant, but I don't know if it's a trash plant. It's a Hoya lacunosa. I've been growing it in like semi-hydro in this like cup that I got from Pottery Barn, which the water's like deteriorated the inside. So like, Pottery Barn, what are you doing? I've always known you were sus, but just proving it to me with this glass. I'm pretty sure it was on clearance, but anyway. It does have some mealybug. Do I think that somebody might like this though? Honestly, I'm like, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even take this if it was free. It just doesn't look good, but somebody might. Somebody might. So I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna rinse it off really well, and I'm gonna put it in the lobby. I see another one. I am literally on fire today with this plant purge. So this is an Aglaonema bicaw. I love Aglaonemas. This is a weird variety. It's got very thin leaves, very grass-like, and it's riddled with mealybug. And I keep it on top of my fridge, and because it's very grassy leaves, my cat will chew on it every now and again, and that's not good. This is not a healthy plant for her to chew on, so I get very upset, and I say, no, don't do that. And yeah, so I've tried putting it out of reach, but she'll jump on top of the fridge. Do I kind of want to keep a little cutting of it? I kind of do, because I do love my Aglaonemas, but this is a lot different than this. Also, this is not really chewed on, so That's nice. This is just chewed up and it would just take a long time to look good. And it's riddled with mealybug. Trust me, you don't need to see it. I don't need to give you a close up. Also, I got it from Home Depot, which like, no shade to Home Depot plants, but like, if I can find it at Home Depot once, I can find it at Home Depot again for like $10. So it's fine. And I love this planter, actually. Oh, I'm so happy. I love this planter, and I really do love, I didn't really get to highlight it, but the planter that the bird's nest fern is in, so nice. I wish it had a saucer, but it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's fine, but it would be nicer if it had a saucer. Why don't they make matching saucers for everything that has a drainage hole? I don't know. I would buy it. You could have my money. Like you could make more money if you just did that. I don't know why they do it. I think we're at over 20. Is there anything else I want to get? Yes, there is more. It's right behind the camera. It's been there the whole time. Now this might be a lobby plant because it's a fern. I'm just getting rid of all my ferns. I'm just like, if I want a fern, it's going on inside the greenhouse cabinet, you know? Or a staghorn fern. Staghorn ferns can live outside the greenhouse cabinet. If it's a fern, it's going in the greenhouse cabinet. And this just doesn't have space in the greenhouse cabinet. I bought this for a project that never saw the light of day. I was gonna experiment with growing plants that were popular in the 70s, and then I just abandoned it. Half because I stopped filming for 8 months, but half because I thought literally nobody would care. And I don't think anybody does, regardless. So yeah, it was $11.95 and it's still kind of full, but I just kind of hate the way it looks. So somebody else, ooh, this one, oh, I do. See, the thing is, it does kind of make me happy because it's still alive. And I've had it for over a year, and like, a button fern for over a year? Are you kidding me? And if you squint really hard, it does kind of look good. I'm justifying. Okay, this isn't the maybe pile, but I kind of, my gut's saying get rid of it. But doesn't it look kind of like cute in like this like green planter? Okay. Maybe it just needs a good cleanup. Oh, we did make it to 20. So if I do decide to keep this one, it's like not the end of the world, but like, I should get rid of it. I should get rid of it. I should get rid of it. I found another one that I'm gonna give to Maddie. So this is a Hoya Carnosa something. I don't know what. I found it at Home Depot like a year ago, and I thought it was adorable, and it was like $3. So I couldn't not get it, but it was a total impulse buy. I've never potted it in a planter. It's still in its plastic nursery planter. It's grown a little bit, but that's like, it's the perfect reason to give it to Maddie because it's grown, it's been easy, but I've been neglecting it, which is the kind of plant that she needs. I'm well aware of that. And I feel like this, the green pothos and the snake plant from our friend's mom would like literally be like 3 perfect plants to bring. They're all in good enough condition that it's not like I'm pawning them off on her, but I don't want them anymore. So it's good for me. It's good for everybody. Everybody wins. We've exceeded the amount. We've exceeded 20. So I'm feeling really good about this. I feel like I can stop for today at least because, I mean, my serotonin level is already at their max. I've done everything I needed to do, you know what I mean? I feel great. I feel amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. I'm really excited for moving content to start, which I have a month. And I would still have more things I want to film that aren't moving related, but then by the time I do moving content, I feel like it'll be like 2 months after I even have moved. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm just thinking out loud right now, but yeah. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Excuse me, Muffin, do you have a message for the people? That was a great message.